Hey guys, what's going on? This is Jarrod D. King coming at you with a brand new YouTube video. Now, I haven't been doing this for a while because I guess, my last few YouTube videos were kind of like duds, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to figure this out. I've done okay with the interviews and stuff, but not so much with my own vlogging and all that stuff. So I'm going to try and do something different right now. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Auctorati. The Auctorati is basically the prequel to my first book, Pangea, Unsettled Land. Just going to give you a quick little rundown about what it's about. And I'm like freaking out because I just realized that I didn't write down exactly the wording, so I'm going to try and give this to you off the cuff, and hopefully it'll sound exciting. So anyway, what does Auctorati mean anyway? I got the definition of this term from Wikipedia. I was looking up gladiators, and the Auctorati are basically paid volunteers who played, I don't know what I was going to say performed, but I guess that's not correct because they were actually fighting. So fighting as gladiators in the Colosseum back in the old days, back in Rome. Now, I think they have a more complete definition on Wikipedia, but us writers, we just take what we need and then we get to the writing, But that's basically what that means. Now, what is the book about? What is the Auctorati about? So basically, this is set 6 years before Pangea, Unsettled Land, and it centers around the group, the Auctorati, who were featured in the first novel, but they had a smaller part, and now we're giving them the big focus. The leader, Libra, is an ex-enforcer, basically an ex-cop, and he's turned vigilante, kind of disillusioned from being a cop and everything. And he feels like he could change more that's wrong with the city by doing that. And so he runs into another guy, Micks, who is an assassin, a hired assassin. They are both, in the first chapter, they're both fighting against the main bad guy. So it's a pretty great opening, I think, anyway. I don't know. You'll read it and you let me know. But yeah, so that's how they start off. That's how they meet. And Libra learns of the main bad guy's overall scheme. And then from there, he builds this team, and they have to find a way to get rid of this guy because he's basically pulling the strings of government and bringing the city down. So, of course, you're going to see some familiar faces if you read the first book. You're going to see Vinzant, you're going to see Kandyce, you're going to see Jack. Mix is a new character. And, of course, there's Libra. The bad guy, Talon, is a new character as well. This story is a lot different. It's a different pace than the first one. I feel like I really kind of pressed the gas, a little bit on this one. The first book, Pangea, was, it was a little bit slower in the beginning, maybe to its detriment to some readers, but, I have gotten a lot of great reviews as well. So, I mean, it really picks up. But I have to do a lot of setup. Not info dumping, but some setup and some interesting non-fantasy story in there. And I feel like, with the first book, a lot of people were kind of looking for, or a lot of people may be looking for, more of a faster pace. And so that's exactly what I gave you with the Auctorati that's soon to come out. So why did I write this book? I wrote this book because after writing the first book, I got so much feedback about, getting a sequel. When's the sequel coming out? That's what, I kept getting that question. I'm like, all right, I see I'm going to have to continue this story somehow. And, I started to try to write the sequel, but I didn't really feel that all the pieces were there for me to really go. I had some ideas at that point. But I know that I needed to kind of take a step back from that main story and flesh it out a little bit and really set the stage for the grander story, the grander arc here. And with Auctorati, you're going to get some glimpses into what that is. I had to delete some scenes that I think may have done more of that setup, but those scenes will come back in a short story or something soon, so keep your eyes open for that. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about this book, and if you want to learn more about the characters and everything, I did a whole description of each character on my blog. You can go to jarrodking.com, and you'll see, I think it's called Who Are the Auctorati or something like that. So you'll find it because it's gonna be on the front page. Or if not, just go to jarrodking.com and search Auctorati, and it'll pop up there too. I'll also post the link in the notes underneath. Not forgetting, I am on YouTube after all, I can do that. So I will post the link underneath as well, and you can just click there and check it out. Now, I have also posted a thread with the same descriptions of the characters, but I've gotten kind of like a mood board for each character. So what each character kind of represents, and also a picture of an actor or somebody that I think could possibly portray the character. Now, I want to say, if you want to check that out, that's on Twitter. And I have a link. I'll put a link to that underneath as well if you want to check out that thread. But I will say, take it with a grain of salt, because I, want the reader to always, be engaged in their own way and think of these characters in their own way. I don't want them to be, I don't want them to get anything in their heads or stuck in their heads about what these characters look like just because I posted a picture of an actor. I have my own idea, and even at that, these actors don't necessarily portray all of the traits that I see in the character. So I want you to keep your imaginations open when checking it out. And I also want to let you know before I go that I wrote a brand new short story called The End of Forever. And you get it just for signing up to my email list. In exchange for your email, you get that, download it, read it, get a nice little taster to see what I can do if you hadn't read me before. I know that you will enjoy it. It is another fantasy story. I'm not going to go too far into that because I have the description at the link at jarrodking.com/subscribe. Anyway, thank you all for checking me out. I hope I did good this time on YouTube. We'll see what happens in the future. Thanks.